Hello. We are live. I am back with more of The Last Spell. I've been playing one day of The Last Spell every day of my real life. And it is now day 42. We just finished a run in, what the hell is that place called? Glenwald. And it was the second run and it actually succeeded this time. So, that was pretty good. Hold on a second. Alright, I'm returned. So today, we are starting a new run in a new city. This is Elderlicht, remnant of an extinct civilization buried underground. Now let's see about our omens. Last time we had the omen of many hammers. Yeah, so that I could, well, I wanted to try, building around it, because in the previous run, I had a few omens that I didn't really lean into very well, and make proper use of, but in this last run, which won, I had the omen of many hammers, and I had most of the team built around physical damage. And that showed me a few of the weaknesses. First of all, boomers. Hammers pretty much rely on you getting your heroes adjacent to the enemies that they are attacking. Which, if you're fighting boomers, means that they will then explode and die, which is not good. Additionally, most of my heroes had a hard time taking down the Twisted, the weird mages that they had in the higher rounds. Because they have high resistance, which is not something that can be easily overcome with physical damage, and is also not easily overcome with range damage. It is instead something you want to deal with using magic damage, because it bypasses half of resistance innately. So that was pretty fun. It was also fun building everybody into gigantic health with the bodybuilder perk and all that stuff. So this time we are going to take Omen of Many hand crossbows. And we're probably going to build the team around the hand crossbows trait. Or the hand crossbows abilities. I'm writing that down as well. And let's see what else we can work with that is new. I've used Tainted Harvest. I've not used Tainted Bloom, which is a little bit stronger, but is otherwise the same effect. I could even bring them both, but I don't want to this time. We used the Omen of Savings previously, and the Omen of Supplies. We used Vitality, Wisdom, Swiftness, Fieriness. We've not made use of the Omen of Violence before. That sounds like a fun one. We are doing crit builds on everybody, I guess. We did the Omen of the Wanderer in the last one, and it was a very helpful starting choice. Let's look at these ones that take up more than one slot. We have one of Abundance we haven't used before. Gives everybody an extra bag slot and lets them use consumables more often. That could be something to factor into the strategy as well. I want a boxing. Everyone has crippling punch. That sounds like a fun one, but not for this run. It sounds like something like a no weapons kind of run, you know? You know what? I haven't taken Jugglers, and I haven't taken Abundance. So I'm going to take both. Everybody gets 2 extra bag slots, and potions have longer range, and they have one more use. And then what else do we want? That takes up multiple slots. Omen of the Wanderer we took before. We took Housing on the run that failed. We could just take Omen of Bargaining. It's a nice thing to have. And then we have one more slot. Heroes have resistance reduction, heroes of accuracy, heroes of block, armor. I'm going to take Omen of Agility. All heroes have plus 10% dodge. That's the one that I think sounds fun. So altogether, we've got a lot of consumable slots, and a lot more uses of them, and range. And then we have critical chance, hand crossbows, and dodge. And let's load up the map. Okay. What do you mean enter Watchtower? Oh. Interesting. We get to start with watchtowers in this map. Also, this area is threatening. We don't have a lot of obstacles for shelter. And of those obstacles, they're all indestructible. And our heroes for this start of the run are Clara, Kaya, and Keon.
Do you think we should...
Evidently I've had myself muted for a long while, which is a little bit unfortunate. Basically, Clara's gonna do range damage, Kaya's gonna do our magic damage, and Keon's gonna probably switch to doing range damage after the first night, because he has plus physical and minus the same amount of physical, and then plus ranged. And he has minus armor, so he doesn't really want to be in melee anyway. So, yeah. That's the setup. Let's begin the first night. Okay, those are lit. I also think I was muted for when I was looking at these. It is said the souls of heroes from forgotten ages linger inside the stone braziers of Elderlicht. Whether they are victims or guardians is unknown, but seeing a ghost flame is always a dire omen. And everybody has a skill where they can extinguish a vessel. It removes 10 flame points. I don't know how much that is. It just is there. Okay. Well, let's start poisoning people. One strength in the hand crossbows that's interesting is their basic attack has armor piercing. So heavily armored enemies are not going to be as big of a problem as usual. I wish I had a hotkey for muting my microphone. Instead, I just gotta push the button or go over and click it. And I think the button is kind of loud because it's on the microphone. Okay. Everybody has potion throw and overload. Do any of you have potions? No, everybody got scrolls. That's annoying. You have lightning strike. Okay. It says it has propagation times 9, but it didn't bounce off that third guy because it went into a corner. Anyway, the skills we have on the magic orb are apparently Infect, which has high isolation modifier. A Putrid Ball, which does splash poison. A new, very cool tool for poisoner builds. And also does big damage on impact. I mean line of sight. God damn it. There we go. And then you've got Death Ray, which is undodgeable, has a gigantic base damage, and has that range. We did get a Death Ray scroll on a previous run. Nothing like this. It'd be smart to extinguish these flames, but first I want to know what they do. So I'm going to leave them alone. Like a fool. Oh, there's 10 flame points. Okay, I see now. And then we have a soulbound warrior. Some scholars believe the Elderlicht's first residents were subjected to a ritual that turned them into ghostly archives upon death, so that their wisdom and skills could be shared with the living. Soulbound heroes are linked to a soul vessel. Removing all the flame points of a soul vessel will kill the linked soulbound hero. This soulbound warrior is invincible has 3 move points, and can hit stuff. Are you going to attack my heroes, or are you going to attack everything else? Maybe both. This guy is stab and poison dagger, so he has the dagger weapon, which I haven't actually unlocked because I'm a weirdo. Let's poison everybody. Oh, there's an accursed. Okay, keep adding poison. I think we want to assassinate this guy if we can. Oh, the Soulbound Warrior is blocking line of sight, isn't it? Because it has a shield. Ugh. Yeah, I think it is. Alright, assassinate. Go. Yeah, between the poison and the armor piercing, armored enemies are not a problem here. The armored type enemies actually have entirely standard health and just have increased armor. So those enemies in particular are going to be completely trivial. However, right now we're seeing Claws, Kindled, and Blockers. Blockers are actually a problem. Kindled are potentially a problem, maybe? I don't know what to think of the Blockers currently. I also don't know what to think of these Soulbound Warriors. They make me a little nervous. I need to know if they attack my heroes or if they attack monsters. They attack the heroes. Okay, that's annoying as hell. This one even stunned on its hit. It has stunning bash instead of bash. Oh my god. What is your problem? Stab and poison dagger. Okay, so we need to extinguish those after all. Stop, extinguish. 2 actions to completely put it out. And you have a Hammer of Faith scroll. Very nice. Okay, can we actually... Infect. Extinguish. And then Putrid Ball for more poison. More of that poisoning action. Alright, that's the round. Already just about over. Oh. Just took a pretty substantial hit there. That sucks. Finish off that guy. Poison. Poison. Ah, come on. Poison. Move this way. Assassinate. And then, lightning strike. Right over here. You can hit this guy with Infect, which actually does pretty good damage when you get the isolation bonus. And I misclicked with that putrid ball, but it's fine. Magic Orb is a weird weapon. Okay. Let's go over to Keon. You need to armor up. For sure, for sure. And then use Hammer of Faith. Not as many targets as last time, but still hits. Now we need to use up more Clara's actions because she didn't use all of them before. Alright, that's it. Actually getting close to the walls down there. Wayne Sons wanted to do something about that. Keon is taking too much damage. Too much. Too much, too much. Now he can't be hit. Okay. And then Clara has used all of her Assassinates, and Kaya has used all of her Lightning Strikes. And Keon has used all of his Hammers of Faith. Let's back you away from there. Delete that guy and spread some more poison. And then use the Magic Orb's Infect to finish off enemies down there. And then Kaya. No, this is Clara. One shot on each of them. And then land one shot on each of these. Should bring them close to death. Okay, sun is just about risen. Keon is still getting smacked. He needs... or not. He's going to need severe medical attention after this. Kaya kills that guy, and then kills that guy, and then kills that guy, and that's the night. Thank fuck. Okay. Some of our heroes actually made it to level 3 already. How many days does it take to break the seal at Elderlicht? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 days. Oh god, this is gonna be long. Okay. Well, that's the first night. I'm in a bit of a hurry right now, so I'm not gonna keep, I'm not spending the time that I would normally to customize one of these characters, but hopefully I'll be able to do that tomorrow. In the meantime, that is the